it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo.
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman Hack. How the hell's it going today?
Dude, we are 47 minutes away from Philadelphia Eagles football.
All right, preseason game one.
It doesn't matter. It's football.
It's football, but it's not.
I know, but it just makes me feel a little bit better inside.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a reminder that it's around the corner.
Yeah, we're getting there.
All right.
We're a couple weeks away.
I didn't bet it.
Couple weeks away from
I didn't
college.
think about betting it. Because Cincinnati, they're saying because they've started slow, because a couple less preseason games. They said Cincinnati's been starting slow, so their starters are going to probably play a couple series.
Joey Burrow.
And our guy, who knows who the hell's going to be out there on our defense right there, so he might be able to pick apart our defense early in this game.
I think so.
So I wanted to bet Cincinnati first half.
You're talking about betting preseason football, man.
It doesn't matter. I wasn't betting like $100 on it.
Yeah, okay. I'm excited because, look, can the Eagles defend the Super Bowl? Here we go. We're defending champs. We're bringing a lot of the team back. We got the core of the offense is coming back. And
whole offense.
The whole offense, minus a couple pieces on defense and stuff, but the team looks awesome, and I think we're going to be set for a great season again here in Philadelphia. Obviously, injuries are a factor in football, giant factor, and you can't really predict that.
And our two biggest rivals in the division have contract issues and trade requests going on, so...
Mikey doesn't need any preseason. I think that dude could walk right onto the field and play.
I agree. He's one of the five or 10 best guys in the league.
Him and McLaurin both can...
They're both true. And I don't think either of them are actually going to be traded. The trade request in football, it's not like basketball where you request it and the guys get moved often. Football is like you request it to get the deal done, and so these guys are going to get deals done.
Well, the NFL, PA is... the Players Association stuff, it's different than basketball. You're getting fined if you're not here doing your stuff and trade requests. And then, even if you hold out, you can't hold out the entire year and then, you just become a free agent, whatever. No, you...
Oh, no, you're still locked in.
Yeah, right. So, in basketball, you can be like, dude, trade me, and, they can just sit out and not play and do whatever they want.
In basketball, they manipulate where they want to go with their buddies. That's just when there's only 5 guys on the field at once, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit easier to manipulate.
They have so much more leverage than the NFL players, even the great NFL players.
Sheer numbers.
Like you said, because you're one of 45, or, versus one of 12.
Really, and especially if you're a superstar.
Those players are economies. Not that Parsons or McLaurin aren't great players, but they just don't hold the same weight in the game.
Absolutely,
And I don't think either one of those is going to be traded, especially with the Commanders.
See, but here's the thing. How much does he really? How much Mike has got to want? 40.
He's going to get 41, 42, 43.
Yeah.
Dude, do they? Aren't they already over the cap?
There's ways to manipulate it.
But they ain't as good as our guy.
Yeah, Dak. They said on the radio that Dak costs more than Jalen, AJ, and Devontae combined against the cap.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, who knows? Well, next year that could change totally because Jalen could be very heavy cap next year.
He goes.
You know what I'm saying?
He goes
that's
up.
Just what year you want to pay him how much.
Right. There's a lot of book cooking with the cap and stuff, so it's
guaranteed money up front and lower the cap number.
That was the one that the guaranteed money up front was really a big move once they figured it out.
Well, that was the Deshaun contract, would set the precedent that the owners didn't want, which has been a lot of the drama between the Players Association coming out, a lot of the details from that, where Deshaun got a fully guaranteed deal, even with all the allegations that he had. And now that owners were worried that that was going to set the precedent of fully guaranteed contracts in the league, which they don't want because the NFL has the power of, hey, we can cut you at any time and you're done, versus other sports like baseball and basketball where the contracts are fully guaranteed.
You're going to continue to pay them even though they're not on your team. So like in the NFL,
baseball's always been that.
In the NFL, like once you're like through like the second or third year of like your contract, like the money's been paid you. Like your money's pretty much done, like guaranteed. Now it's just like the cap hit on how they orchestrate it and stuff like that. And the NFL is trying to actually get away with that, or trying to get rid of that, like converting salary and cap numbers to like signing bonuses
and stuff like that.
The signing bonuses, what the Eagles are doing, then putting like dummy years at the end of contracts to spread out the money. So the NFL's trying to get rid of that.
It's now a 13-year deal instead of a 10-year deal because of those. They figured out a way to those extra years to manipulate shit.
Right, you spread it on the books versus
those guys are good.
You don't take the hit in this, book accounting and everything. Right. It's crazy. And look, the fact that we have Howie Roseman, who is, say whatever you want, the guy has proven track record of being one of, if not the best GMs in sports.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what have you done for me lately? All right, last year, we got another year going. What's happening tonight? Who's out on that field tonight that we drafted?
We'll see.
John Campbell's going to play.
Our first round going to play?
Yeah, our first round pick's going to play.
Him and Makuba, I would imagine.
That's cool. I mean, apparently we have great linebackers. I saw a report from Ross Tucker was saying that Eagles.
Great. Eagles,
great. Yeah, he said they got the best linebackers in years for the Eagles.
Yeah, Jahad.
That's what Ross Tucker said.
And Zach Bond.
Yeah.
If Jahad ends up starting.
Zach is...
And he was speaking
I'm
about
worried
Trotter.
about Zach. He played a lot last year.
He did.
Played a lot.
But he was so good last year.
But he also came from a program in the Saints where he didn't play a lot of down. He had this is like his fourth year into his career.
That's what I'm saying.
But he only played special teams. So he's not as beat up.
Dude.
I'm thinking he's probably less
This is the most perfect example.
DeMarco Murray. I love how you switch around names.
Running back.
He got
but linebacker, dude, is just running back. I get you.
Yeah, but he also had 8 years of 30 carries. Look at Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
True.
That's different.
Let's hope Saquon can hold on with the amount of wear and tear he had last year.
Okay, but dude, he didn't get touched for 1,000 of those yards.
But he had 400 plus touches in the year, Hack.
Dude, believe me, I know.
That's an accumulation.
Sure.
And like you say, every bump you take is like a mini car crash. Now he didn't get tackled 400 sometimes, but enough of them wear and tear year after year.
Yeah,
he's had some injuries before. I'm not trying to jinx it. I love Saquon. But
he has had some.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah, but why would you really want to play when you're on New York anyway? I mean, if you get a toenail, if you're going to hang, I'm like, all right, I'm sitting out. Why would you want to play for New York?
I mean, he got
you know what I'm
beat up
saying?
there.
For those years.
Yeah, well, screw the Giants, man. They seem like they're in the mud.
All right, let's get into this.
All right.
Speaking of the Giants, MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, the
transition.
All right, bang. Good job, Ty.
That's what we in the biz call a segue.
It's your job, Tosh.
Sorry, well, hey, Ty nailed it, man. Ty, listen. Hack, you were in Pittsburgh on Saturday.
It was horrible.
What?
There was 2 people there.
No, it looked like a fun time.
Yeah, but none of them were wrestling fans.
Oh, really?
No, dude, and you couldn't. We're watching the pay-per-view and the freaking. I'm watching on a TV like that. It's a little bit farther than that, and there's no volume. There's loud music.
Well, you don't listen to the announcers anyway, so you were fine.
Yeah,
I know. It's kind of like watching a Super Bowl in a bar compared to watching a Super Bowl on your couch.
It's always better at home.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just there's too much there. And the place was small.
Okay.
It was only I guess like a row house, 16 feet wide. And the bar took up 10 feet of that. There's people touching you.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of people touching you.
So,
because everybody walking right behind you.
Usually you got to pay extra for that.
yeah. Well, good. Glad you had a fun time.
But Danny Moe came, and then me and her took me over to her old boyfriend, Facade, was doing a show in Pittsburgh, literally a couple miles from where I was. So I went and saw him at his show.
Okay, nice. Shouts out to Facade.
Yeah, that was the best part of the weekend.
The show,
St. Danny.
the show kicked off. Oh man, Cardi B, was she the first thing out there?
Yeah.
Oh God, why did
At
we need
first,
that?
I didn't realize. I was like, "Why is Cardi B out here?" And then, like later in the show, it was like, "Thanks to Cardi B for the song, for SummerSlam or like the what do they call it? The soundtrack or the album or the whatever." I'm like, "Why the fuck is Cardi B out here?"
She seemed fucked up. Like I'm just gonna make wild speculation.
Oh yeah, and you couldn't understand. She's like,
She was screaming. The show kicked off with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns taking on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. It's
All of them wearing black.
yeah.
They could have been
literally
on
the
the
first
same side in a Survivor
They were literally all
Ty-
wearing black and white. It's the first thing I noticed when I texted you guys.
Yeah, and I was like, man, why would they do this? Like, they're not coordinating. It's the biggest. Forget about like coordinating spots and matches, but your attire out there, like, just hey,
It was all black and white.
I know.
I do, but I'll tell you something. When I was a surfer dude, and I was working with Jerry Lawler, I would have all these what are the wristbands with their sweatbands that go around your wrist,
sweat
and they used to be
wristbands.
all different colors. And I would go to Jerry Lawler, like he would talk to me for like maybe 30 seconds before we go out there, and I'd be like, "Yo, what color are you wearing?" He goes, "What do you care for?" I said, "Because I don't want to wear the same color." He goes, "It doesn't fucking matter, kid." Like I irritated her even asking her that, but dude, it just I didn't blame him for it. I was so green, it was disgusting. I was a piece of grass, literally standing there talking to him.
Do you think Roman big time Bronson Reed, who asked him what color are you wearing out there?
Listen, kid, it doesn't fucking matter.
Get the fuck out of my locker room,
All wearing black.
Paul. Don't ever let him speak to me again.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seemed like because they all looked on the same team, but I'm just.
They do it in the pay-per-view all the time with the girls. Everybody.
I don't-
Two girls
yeah.
were in the same. The two girls in that four-way match looked like they should have been tag team partners at one time. We're in the black and red. I forget who.
Yeah. Reed is doing this great gimmick of the tribal thief where he stole Roman Reigns'
Shula
Jordans
Fala?
It's the greatest.
and the
It's so
Shula Fala. That, I don't know whoever came up with it.
That's the greatest thing ever.
Brilliance. It's fantastic. It's great heat. And it's just a little layer. It gives him something to stand out from Breaker and Rollins, and it kind of separates him in the group. And that was just a...
And the shoes look fucking huge. Does Roman wear like a 16?
I don't know.
I mean, he's a big fucking
Those
guy.
shoes do not fit anybody.
Dude, they literally look humongous.
Yeah, dude, they're like a prop off of a movie set or something. Nobody's wearing those things. They're giant.
Jay had a giant yeet entrance. The crowd was going nuts, and a lot of stalling for the heels in the ring as Jay takes the time to yeet and get to the ring.
Did you notice later? I don't know about. I remember this one, but they're at commercial while people are doing entrances.
Are they?
Did you notice
It's
that?
a pay-per-view.
They, I know, but they came back when one of the girls was already in the ring when they came back from and I didn't even realize she was in there. Yeah.
I don't know. Did the bar not pay for
I thought I made a
Premium?
note about it.
No. So this match, it was just dirt solid, but not really a whole lot in it. Like
They did nothing.
I mean, yeah, but just nothing. I mean, like honestly,
I like the double splash when he jumped on his back and they did.
that was good.
It's just
spot.
I can't believe nobody's ever done that before. Unless a midget. It was kind of a midget spot.
Yeah, I mean, there
They
was
did a great false tag in the corner. Another great false tag.
that
thing.
was good. Roman almost died on his dive,
Dude.
Oh my God.
Both of them.
Well, no, Roman's first where he overshot him. He
Dude, he's
overshot
got
him.
some
Dude, I
hops.
don't think Roman thought he was gonna jump that far.
Well, I don't think
Like,
they
I
did
think
either.
it-
Yeah, they weren't ready for it.
clearly.
I think Roman even surprised himself on that. Like, clearly.
Dude, the dude hit like 10 feet away from the ring.
I
Like
know.
right on his shoulders.
Impressive as shit.
Yeah. Luckily, he got his head over.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
not,
no, he saw it coming.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
Oh,
shit,
shit.
guys.
Yeah.
You know, or he was taking a torpedo right to his face.
I've seen him do that dive, a bunch of times before, and a lot of times they do it where it's like a bunch of security guards, like you got 20 guys
Yeah,
to catch
right.
it. So if you overshoot a little bit, it's not too bad. But when you just got two guys out there, it could have been dangerous, man. For
I mean,
him.
I haven't seen him do that in a while, so
It's been a little.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
And he's in his
definitely seemed
40s
like
now?
it definitely seemed like he surprised himself a little.
Yeah.
can you imagine trying to catch Bronson on that dive? The dude's running right. That truck coming in, he just blew right through those two.
He actually did. Roman did a really good job of holding them up long enough so he didn't.
He got his arms there.
And guided them down because he was And Bronson would win.
Up though, Jesus.
What point do you guys think that Breaker got hurt? Because he was limping there.
The
table spot?
Yeah, the table spot.
The table spot looked
it was so stupid.
I don't know if it just looks this way or if it's actually true that these new tables look worse for bumping, but they seem like they're so much harder to bump on than the prior tables.
Damn, snap into a Slim Jim.
Well, those tables look just so weak, but I'm talking about the announcer tables. The announcer tables look brutal now.
Oh, what's his name?
Breaker.
I know, but I'll go to later. When Paul came off the top corner on the jelly.
It was like a
it was that thing did not just give like a regular table does, dude. I rewound it a couple times and I just watched the table, dude. They bounced.
Yeah, it was like a doom.
Yeah, dude. That table's stiff now.
For the finish, Rome, they did a 3D, which was interesting that they hit Reed with it. They barely got him up.
What was Braun with putting his straps on and off?
That was hilarious.
What was that?
It was just like, you know how like Lawler
Because he
Angle
took
drop the
off
strap.
early, and then he put him. I don't know what was going on.
But you drop the strap to kind of power up. So he was doing it to put it back on.
And you're like, okay, now's the time.
Right. That's all.
I cracked up when he did it.
It was great.
Well, I laughed too, but I laughed at it. I was laughing at him, not with him.
They did a 3D, and then Braun got the pop for the straps there, and then Roman took the bullet for Jay, where he ate the spear, and he took one at the Rumble.
The cameras just were horrible.
Awful camera shot, but I like the story of that because then it puts over Jay. Jay was able to then make a comeback, hit him with a kick, and then a splash finish Bronson Reed. How long did this one go, Ollie?
This was 21 minutes.
I was going to say
long match.
I was going to say 20 easy. It was too long. Dude, they had the hot tag in the first 5 minutes, and then it was...
Oh, well, the Heat 2 on Jay again. How long, that took up 8 of the first 20 minutes.
And it was just simple. It wasn't anything crazy. And it never got to a great level. But it does make sense where you want to put, Jay's a hot hand. You want to feed him still. He's over. He's super over. And Roman doesn't need wins at this point. A win in this match would do nothing for Roman. So he was, if I was booking, he wouldn't be the person to be involved with the finish at all. Breaker and Reed, maybe you could have gave them the win in this, but you were giving them the big story later in the night as the giant win overall. So, it doesn't really hurt them that they jobbed in this either. But, for a match, I think it was just super, super solid. It didn't get to any great levels or anything. I'm going to go 3.25 star. Ollie?
I'm at 2.5, 2 3/4 for it. Just kind of a little boring, especially for the wrestlers that are out there. You know what I'm saying? I expected a little bit more.
You got Braun in there.
Yeah, it's kind of tough, Braun, to go real work rate in this match with Breaker and Bronson Reed being in there. You know what I'm saying? But I was just expecting maybe, I don't know what, but a little bit more than what they gave, especially with 21 minutes out there.
Right. Yeah.
So,
no, they didn't give you a ton.
Yeah, right. So it was all right. Just okay for me, really.
Hack?
Yeah, maybe a 3.75.
3.75. Yeah, I gotta ask you too, Hack. Back in the day, there was the psychology of wrestling cards where your biggest stars went on last and went as the card progressed. But now it seems like the idea is if you're not last, go on first. But it's so weird to me that Roman, who's arguably, next to Cody, their biggest star, right?
But you're not ending with that. If it's Roman in a singles, okay. But if Roman in a tag, you're not ending with
I know you're not ending with him, right? But at least putting one later in the night when it's dark out.
No, I understand your philosophy. Joel Goodhart, the guy that started Eastern Championship Wrestling, he used to love starting with me and JD. Because he would let us bleed, then he'd do a ladder, a freaking fire extinguisher. He would love starting out hot.
Yeah, I'm not. But to me,
nobody ever did it.
If
they would go with a tag match or something, then they'd have a girls match. That's the old school.
But if you're doing the, Jay's the Yeet entrance, right? how much better does that Yeet entrance look if it's nighttime versus it during the day?
True.
Like I feel like
I had a very similar feeling with the Wyatt 6 entrance in the second night.
Should have been on tonight.
Which I understand because it's a TLC, the match structure. Like, I don't know exactly where you put it, but I think like that. Why is that not at night?
Right.
Like, I felt very similar.
Just looks better. You know what I mean?
Because they have all the lights and
Right.
like the phone lights and everything. So.
What do you get for the match?
Well, yeah, but if you get, remember, it's 6 o'clock. You got late for another 2.5 hours.
Right.
That pay-per-view wasn't that long as it was anyway.
Yeah, it was
That's true.
it was like getting dusk at like 8:15 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was still like semi-light out a little.
I know, and
bit.
8:15's like the semi-main event.
Well, for this
It seemed-
card,
yeah, it seemed like it was.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't even get that whole thing. Even those guys as a tag do nothing for me.
Who?
Those people with the lantern.
We'll get to them later.
I thought we were just talking about
Well,
I
we were,
was
but
in
we're
comparison
still
to like
talking
the
about
entrance.
the first
yeah.
match here. What do you give it, Ty?
I was kind of bored out of my mind with this, considering the town. And I mean, like I was saying earlier, they had the hot tag within the first like 5 to 7 minutes, and then they went 15 more minutes of like nothingness. Really, I mean, and they pinned the illegal man. So Bronson Reed was not legal.
How the hell
So?
do you even notice that?
I don't know. I was watching. Ask Ollie. I was watching. I'm like, I don't think Bronson. I'm pretty sure Bronson's not legal. And they're doing falses with him and
I
everything
never
like that. and
noticed
they
that. I always
But-
wonder sometimes when the shit's hit the fan, everybody's on the outside, they throw his partner, or his partner goes in, and then they fucking do a tag. You know?
Yeah.
What just happened
But-
for the 3 minutes that they just did the building?
I don't know. It's something stupid that I noticed.
Yeah, I
but
know.
those guys should not be pinning the illegal guy.
I see the younger guys pay attention to it more. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? If you're one of the young guys, that's something for one of the older boys to give you shit about.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
Roman Reigns is in that ring. You should not be. That finish should not go Bronson Reed. Like
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
What do you give it for a star, though?
1.
1. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow, tells how you really feel.
Up next on the show
Oh,
is...
I will. It's only going to get better from here on out.
Up next on the show is the WWE Women's Tag Team title match between Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez taking on Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And you know what I got to say that they've done a nice job of with this Charlotte and Alexa program is, you know, Charlotte, since she came back, has struggled. You know, she was getting booed. And this tag team and this story that she's doing with Alexa here, I think has a little legs on it to it. And I think that whole tag partners who don't like each other thing kind of, and the different dichotomy between Charlotte and Alexa, I think it's at least somewhat interesting. She's not going to be in the main events right now, so throw her in the tag team, see what you can do with Alexa. So I don't know what you guys think of their act together as a team.
It's all right. I mean, it's something else for them to do, because it's hard. Not everybody can be, solo going for the women's title and everything at every point in time. So it's a nice change up, especially for Charlotte.
I think it's something different for Charlotte to sink her
Dude, she
teeth in.
came out. I mean, she looked well in the match, especially with the reaction. You know what I'm saying? And since she's come back, I think that's the best reaction that she's gotten easily.
And I think that's partially
To who you're working with.
who you're working with
Exactly.
and the team with Alexa. So I think she's kind of finding this new character for her that's not like the dominant woman on top of the division. Now
Yeah, she was out and there was like 4 girls that went like boom.
and there's so many
Here
great
comes Tiff and
talents
shit,
that,
you know what I
that,
mean?
like
Talent.
yeah, it's and she's a little bit older and she's coming off injury, so now she's trying to redefine her career in this next chapter of her career. I think it's kind of interesting. This match though, just dirt solid, like
Super solid.
super solid, but nothing really. Ty is shocked that we're saying solid on this.
Big surprise.
I
thought it was putrid.
really.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was. Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
think it was
bad.
great,
It
but
was a girls' match.
I thought it was a 2.5 star match.
There was
Like,
a lot of hitches. There was a lot of
Every girls' match. is
dude.
like
They were
that.
not touching each other. Everything was
not touching each other. Yeah.
discombobulated.
Oh, there's been 6 inches. I know, but nobody cares if you don't hit the person now. It's like crazy.
I know. I'm just. It was like bad from.
Well, it
just
didn't
my
look like they had ever
perspective.
worked together before. They had never had a tag match before. It
Yeah,
looked like the first time they ever worked together.
I thought the finish was pretty hot. Like with
I
the,
gave
the sister Abigail, and then Charlotte took out Raquel, and then Alexa picked up the pin, which I liked, and they gave each other some good looks.
She was outside for like, I don't know, why was she outside for so long?
Look, there wasn't like a ton to this match. I thought it was solid, though. Like, I don't know. I'm going 2.5 stars for it. Ollie, what do you give it? You hated this too.
Yeah, it's not good, man. I mean, just sloppy, like everywhere.
I got notes on my phone too.
Like a 0.
I would eviscerate this thing.
Zero.
on my phone.
0.
Wow,
Where's your phone?
Well, it's
Right there, record.
Yeah, hold on. No. Hack.
I'm like, what you
This fucking guy, man.
God.
Yeah, I forgot.
Hack. What do you give the match, man? What do you think of
I
this
gave
one?
it a 3.
Okay, I said 2.5. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I think a lot of it to me was Flair, like, and the reaction to her.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm marking out for this.
Dude, they were she was the most over in the match, I thought, easily.
Yeah.
But she was doing something.
I thought it was.
The crowd wasn't loving the match anyway.
No, they weren't in love with it. You're going on
weren't.
second, and second's the death spot, right, Hack? Like you don't want to go on second. I've always
And
heard
you're
that.
back-to-back tags now.
Well,
Yeah, which I
know.
thought was stupid too.
We'll get
Put-
to some of the card structure
to
on
put-
night 2 when we talk
yeah.
about it because I got a lot to say about that.
Same, yeah.
I'm like, they're really doing the back-to-back tag match
Yeah.
right now?
Ty, I know you hated this match, so what do you give it?
0. It was disgusting. It was one of the worst matches I've ever seen. I'm not
it's
exaggerating,
not that bad.
dude.
It is not
Watch
Living
it
Dead
back.
Girl.
I'm gonna
match.
have to watch it back.
Dude,
Yeah,
it
we got-
was awful.
Dude, I don't know. I was just thinking about. I can't believe how over Flair is.
And no, the match. I'm remembering someone. They throw Charlotte in to do the Flair flip bump into the corner, and then the girl's got to run around from the other side of the turnbuckle into into the opponent's corner. And then the opponent has to get down off the apron, run around the corner, hop back up on the apron on the other side for them to do a spot there. Then Charlotte's doing the figure 4 in the with her body facing the opponent's corner so they could do a splash there. Dude, the whole thing is orchestrated so awful. I don't know how some of these agents have any fucking jobs on the fucking planet. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. If I had my notes, it'd be even fucking worse. But, yeah, it was awful.
All
It was
right.
awful.
Hated on that. I love it. Up next on the show, speaking of matches that I didn't really care for, Sami Zayn taking on Karrion Kross. Why did we need this to be on pay-per-view again?
I was just going to say, my only note about this match was this shouldn't have been on the show.
Wait a minute. I think it's in there. Is it Cross in a movie or something? Is it there?
Nah, he's got a book coming out. His contract.
Oh, is that what it is? I asked somebody, and they're like, "Yeah, the only reason is because I guess I thought they said a movie, but his book is the only reason."
I don't know.
And he
I don't know, I
wasn't
think
there
he-
Monday
I
night.
think he does decent promos.
He's
but-
getting like a little bit over on the internet, I would say. Like
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a following for him. But at the same time, I'm so sick and tired of the booking of this babyface doesn't want or is being tempted to use a weapon and then doesn't use it. And you had that multiple times on this show. You had it with Becky and Lyra, and you had it with Cody. Cody actually used it later. But you've gone to this well so often of babyface doesn't want to use the weapon, and then he throws it down. And I like Sammy's work, but this is not the opponent for him. And I don't feel like this storyline really had teeth to it, and I didn't really care for it. How long did this one go?
8 minutes.
Too long.
Yeah, too long. I didn't really care for this. I got to be honest. And
It just doesn't need to be on the show.
no.
And it's just like, I mean, I get you have 2 nights and like,
I like to say mine.
you're trying to like. What the fuck is he doing?
He grabbed your phone thinking it was his. Really popped hack. Really popped.
Move if I ever seen
I
it.
thought it was mine, because mine usually goes there. That's what I thought, but...
This match was just nothing much, man. And Sammy hit him with Exploder, which he dropped him right on the neck. He dropped him right on his head on that Exploder.
in the corner?
Yeah. It was not. It did not get.
The
much
guy didn't even
performance.
hit the corner.
No, he hit
It
right
was,
on
tough
his neck.
it was tough for... I don't know. He's a big dude. I don't know how...
He is a big dude.
You know, that's a tough get over, I think, for that guy, even if he's not, you know.
I was too far away from the corner.
I reset it, so that's why it's, yeah.
And, yeah, he hit him with a haluva kick for the finish. This was not much to me, man. I'm going a 1.5 on this. I didn't, like, it just was, I think it was actually worse than their prior match, too. I don't even remember what I gave that as a star, but this one was just, yeah. What do you give it, Ollie?
I mean, I'll give it like a 2. Like, it's not even like the work in the match. It's just the fact that there's no interest in it, and it just doesn't need to be on the show.
Right.
Like, it's not like really the match itself. It's just I've seen it 3 times already. I don't need to see it again.
Right, and I know we were talking about this last week when we were like previewing the show a little bit. It's a lot of recycled and microwave matches that we've seen a lot of already, and it's like, give us something new. Give us some new opponents, because I've seen all of the, if you want to look at these 2 nights, I've seen these people mix it up multiple times already. SummerSlam, you know, it's a big event. It should be kind of fresh stuff. It should be, you know, new feuds or something. And this was just, I don't know. Hack, what would you give it, man?
0.
0.
Well, you know how much I feel about the 2 people in the ring.
And you're not a fan.
It was horrifying.
I hate it.
I know he's wrong on that one, but
I mean, but I don't know what it was doing there. That's all. Everybody knows. Everybody that watched it was thinking that. Why are we watching this?
some people like Cross a lot, man.
Well, those 11 people don't mean shit.
11 people.
Ty, what do you give it?
0. Bored out of my fucking mind. Once again.
Yeah.
So Ty's given a 1 in the a total of 1 in his ratings for the first 3 matches.
No, he had that. What
A 1, a 0, and a 0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
And I had some fucking the start of the 3rd match was an hour and 20 into the pay-per-view. That was something else I had on my phone. It was an hour and 20 as the fucking, I think it was an hour 18 actually into the pay-per-view when the 3rd match started. So you got what, 21 minutes for the first match, Ollie? The second match was
15?
what?
Was 13 and a half.
So that's 34, and then so you got 34 minutes of wrestling out of an hour and 20.
It's more than 34, isn't it?
Well, plus entrance time.
I was just saying it was an hour. It was an hour. It was an hour 20 before the 3rd match started. So you had 34 minutes of actual wrestling.
It's like watching Raw.
I know. It's just like I feel bad for the fucking people paying the
These prices to these shows. I mean, imagine
like,
shelling out thousands of dollars for tickets for this show, and you saw this show.
And there's more downtime than anything.
It's amazing.
Pardon me.
Well, to pick up the work rate on the show, the WWE Women's title match.
Okay.
Tiffany and Jade Cargill. Hack, there was a guy up at the bar who texted, he sent a message to our Instagram and said, don't let Hack tell you otherwise. He was convinced Jade was winning this match. You were convinced that Jade was going to go over and win this match.
That guy's an idiot.
Okay. Well, I mean...
I'm convinced there was no chance I thought Jade was winning anything.
Well, I kind of thought she might have go over here.
I didn't think there was any chance.
I thought that there was a very good chance because if she doesn't, the booking doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like, you're built... Like, why put Jade in that spot to lose?
Because Jade ain't on this rocket ship up her ass anymore.
Correct, Hack. They have
She has shown her place.
They have had meetings now to say, I'm sorry, we're out on this super push of Jade.
Yep.
Because that booking decision told me they have decided we are not going to rocket ship Jade because the time for her to be rocket shipped and made was on this show. If you were going to, you would have done it. And now...
It's like, Jade, it's Tiffy time.
Well, it's...
Literally.
Thanks, but no thanks.
It is Tiffy time now, though.
But I didn't think she was very good in this match either.
No.
No, you're working with her. But at least she's smart enough to know that you can't do much with her, so why would you even try?
I thought Jade wasn't that bad in this match until the finish. With that whole thing with the ropes, where she literally put her own leg in there. It looked so stupid. But the rest of it, I thought her work in this was fine, but there wasn't anything crazy or good really in this match.
I thought she was okay. It was one of her better. She didn't fuck up.
No, not at all. I didn't see any botches.
But she didn't. Gosh, she doesn't stand up, which is a fucking problem. like she's constantly, her knees are constantly bent and she's hunched over, so it looks horrible. I wish somebody would. I wish Kevin Nash would tell her to work big like he did Raquel Pennington or whatever. So I don't know how nobody said that to her. And I'm
sure she's had it said to her a million times.
And she's a crazy good athlete, but somehow runs like a doofus in the ring. And I don't know. I wish they did a really good spot where Tiffy did the cartwheel back handspring and she caught her, but then they did it into a backbreaker, and I'm like, dude, if you're gonna catch her, slam her. And like 30 seconds later, they did the blue thunder bomb. She got her up and did, like, dude, catch her and do that.
Right.
Like, don't catch her and then give her a backbreaker on your knee. Like, I don't know, just like some of the stuff, and she's still
easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Jade this was actually, like, I guess one of her better matches because she didn't look like awful.
She was way better the match before this. Remember whoever she had? That was a really good match. That last one that she had.
Mm-hmm.
This one wasn't as good as a match, but I don't blame anybody for going into that ring with her and keeping it plain Jade.
Yeah, I agree. There was a cut like Jade. She's still like that rollover cover over into the corner with
was awful.
That was so bad.
It's the second or third time she's like
the wrong way.
Well, that was meant
and that
to
led
be,
into the
obviously.
finish. Wasn't that like
then the
finish too?
finish.
And then when they go up to the top rope and like Tiffy like front flips and I guess it's supposed to be pulling her like over her.
It took 9 years for that too.
I don't get it.
It wasn't the drizzling shits, but it was pretty bad. And, and how long did this go? They didn't give him 10
minutes.
They didn't give him 10, which means they don't trust you. If you don't get 10 on SummerSlam for a title match,
that's a champion.
For a title match, that means they don't trust you. They don't trust you. So that's telling me to both.
As soon as they rung the bell, I'm like, wow, damn, they got her on a leash, don't they?
I'm like, man, this was so. I think we're all kind of in agreement. I don't think this was anything special. Tiffany keeps it, and I'm going. I'll go 1.5 for it for the rating. Ollie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it at least like 2 stars because it wasn't Jade's like. It was definitely one of like her better matches, and I mean,
she was fine.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit surprised that they kept the belt on Tiffany and not like gave Jade like the shot anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like she might not be ready, but at least like.
But it's telling that they did it.
I know,
like you said,
because
it's telling.
Well, because sometimes they'll just put the belt on you and be like, all right, well, let's see what they can do with the belt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead, and like, because they can get out of it and figure something out if it doesn't work. But yeah, it's pretty telling that they didn't pull the trigger right there. So yeah, I mean, not horrible though for her.
But back in the day, I've seen them do shit like that on pay-per-views, and then somebody would win the belt on Monday Night Raw. They would do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But no, that girl's rocket ship ain't up her ass anymore. That's it, dude.
Well, I wouldn't say it's it.
That girl's on the way down right now.
Well, it's a challenge. Like if you look
Let's
at that,
see what happens with her.
Let's see what happens with her. Let's see if she takes.
That'll tell. Her next angle.
Well, let's see if she takes this as like, oh shit, I have to improve, or I have to do something different, because there are so many talented women in that company, and I don't think it's not 10 years ago where you could get by with limited work rate and a great look. You got to be able to deliver in the ring, and I don't think Tiffany's all that great either yet. Like, I don't think Tiffany's all that. I think she's got a great look too.
I've seen her have like really, really good matches, and then other times it's just like
I don't know if Tiffany's that. Like when you have Io Sky and Rhea Ripley and Becky and some of the talent, and then some of the talent that they have, like just being passable in the ring is not going to cut it. So, what do you give the match, Jack?
Oh well, what the fuck did I do here? I just put hated to finish. I don't know. It was a 3.5, easy for considering that Jade was in there.
Okay, so you're grading on a Jade curve.
Yeah.
Okay. Ty, what do you give it?
1.
Well, this is what's really.
There's got to be a Jade curve in there. The girl's horrible.
Well, she's been in there too long with too many good people. I can't curve her anymore.
She's got a little bit of Lex Luger in her right now.
Yeah. I can't
You're
curve
working
her
with some
anymore.
great people in this business right now. All those girls that you just mentioned. You know what I mean? And she ain't getting. let's see. If there isn't one more step, she's done.
I agree.
I would like to see her work against Raquel, like solo.
Yeah,
or
that'd be
like,
cool.
But
Little battle,
maybe
side
she'll
battle.
be able to stand up and
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be
Here,
tall.
Raquel,
like-
you stick your thumb up right up there.
Well, let's see.
It's
how-
a shame because I
When
think
you
she would
lock
be
up-
real. I think
Yeah,
she could be
let's-
really good, like because she's got everything else.
No, she looks like
Like
$1
the
million
look,
bucks.
the
and- yeah.
aura, the gimmick, the everything. Like she would. Ah man, she'd be so good. It's just
No, you see the money in her, and that's what gets you
Yeah.
frustrated. Like, there's some
Yeah,
people
it's
out there, and you're like, you can never really do much or whatever. But
Right.
we all see the money in Jade and the potential that she has, and I just, I
Dude,
don't
she
know.
could work. She'd be the most over girl there.
100%.
Easily.
Yeah.
She'd be a
wouldn't even
giant
be
star.
close.
She'd be a movie star.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
literally.
Up next on the show, let's see if you have a scale for this one or a curve for this one. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre taking on Jelly Roll and Randy Orton. And you know what?
Jelly's getting the freaking 47 from me.
Okay, so you love Jelly Roll, and I'm not like a Jelly Roll fan of his music really or whatever. It's not my kind of music. But and he's a non-athlete, so I want to throw out celebrities for non-athletes, right?
Nah.
Because you have athlete celebrities and non-athlete celebrities. And non-athletes, you go, Andy Kaufman's the GOAT of celebrity wrestler, right? Bad Bunny did really, really well.
Bad Bunny was fucking awesome.
Bad Bunny was awesome on an athletic level. But Jelly Roll, for the things that he did, pretty fine.
He gets a 45 of it, the 47 just for the one spot on the table.
I mean, he took that table spot. I guess my issue with him being in the ring was like when it came down for... It's kind of like when Hogan wrestled Leno. Like, I don't want to see Hogan selling for Jay Leno ever. It's
not gonna work for me, brother.
No, but I
That's
wish
funny.
he said that. But instead...
I get your point. That's funny.
Like, Hogan was selling for Jay Leno, and I just, in my head, not that he executed the move poorly, he gave a black hole slam to Drew McIntyre at the finish of the match, and my eyes...
That was all Drew.
I know, it was all Drew. And it was, the whole match was...
And Paul drove for him pretty good too.
With the choke slam, yeah.
Choke slam, Paul. I was like, Ollie, watch this. Paul's going to
Yeah,
jump
I
out
knew
the
Paul
roof.
was going to get up for him.
And that's why
He's
I
got
was, I was arguing with my one buddy who said, Jelly Roll killed it. And I was like, well... He did do everything they asked him to do, and he executed it.
You know what he did great at? His facials.
Right.
His facials and taking his time and letting everything breathe. Like his ring presence and everything out there was really, really good.
That's a good point.
I agree, Ollie, but for me, it's like...
How believable can... Yeah.
The other guys in this match did everything, and they're the ones that were the stars to me, because we all know.
Oh, and Randy had a night off.
Randy didn't do anything. This
had
dude
a
loved
But a
this.
couple
It
of
was
the
like the
moves, they were hitting the ropes and grabbing him when Jelly
That was
was
like-
doing a move, they were doing the whole move for
Right.
him.
That was like the easiest 20 grand fucking Randy ever made, probably.
Ever. And he loved every second. He loved every
Well,
second of it.
at least Logan and Drew were doing their own, but making Jelly look good. Randy was on the corner the whole time. He didn't do shit.
But Drew McIntyre and Logan are guys that you want to draw money with, and I don't think the fact that they sold a little bit for Jelly Roll is going to hurt their drawing power. But if Drew McIntyre hit Jelly Roll with one of those headbutts, he should be down and selling it for weeks. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
That felt similar during
That's
that.
my only. I don't have it. Like the execution of this and the spot that Paul hit with the splash on the table. I mean, just that was done.
He does not miss, dude.
He
Logan,
doesn't. He doesn't. And that spot was done to go viral, and of course it did. And it was $1 million.
Well, grabbing the prime too.
Yeah, it was perfectly executed, man. Like
that and his
He knows
glasses
it.
got the camera in there so you could see the the POV.
and him before with the drone and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He knows.
Right.
The guy's
he just gets
great
it.
at his
He
job.
just gets it. And for him as a celebrity, you don't even think the fact that he's a celebrity anymore.
No,
out
he's
there.
such a good worker.
Right, and I know he doesn't have 50 matches in his career yet, Logan, but you don't even think of him as a non-worker anymore. I just think of him as a wrestler.
No, and he was awesome in this.
So do I.
Because he's that damn good. And
The fact they got him in there carrying Jelly Roll tells
Right.
you all you need to know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Look, it's ridiculous. It's Jelly Roll involved in a wrestling match, but it's wrestling, and it was fun, and the crowd loved it. And when he was coming up and he was selling the table and everything, and they're lifting him up, I was like, man, this dude does look winded too. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be able to make a comeback here because he worked a couple minutes in that
I
match.
think there's a chance. Didn't that dude just lose a couple hundred pounds or something?
Yeah, he lost like 100 pounds.
I wonder if he could have like folds of skin underneath his clothes.
He probably does.
You know,
There's a
unless
good
he got
chance. I mean,
most-
you see
you get-
the outfit he was wearing. I mean, there's a half decent chance. Like,
Yeah, he's got. You know what I mean? So that dude could have died out there. I think. Dude, I think Paul could have stopped his heart with that spot easily.
I mean, it's
Or it would
possible.
have been better if maybe the guy was choking and he freaking did it and he was on his stomach.
Save it for the rematch
No,
of
but
Mania.
I'm just saying, dude, that dude could die out there easily, I think.
Well, I also love the fact that they jobbed. And he jobbed, and it was great. And it's like, okay.
Did you see him on Cody's podcast?
No.
What he said?
What'd he say?
He said he told Hunter that he wanted to lose because all the celebs that come in, they go over. So he said
He gets it.
more than 90% of the
And he
fucking
was like,
workers.
He must know me well.
And he's like, that just keeps the door open for me. He's like, I always have a reason to
Absolutely.
come back. And
Here.
fucking,
Here, take my wife, right? That's what.
I'll take her.
Overall, for a match, I mean, they did. This was Smoke and Mirrors special, and I thought that they executed everything they wanted to do for it. For a celebrity match, the crowd loved it. I just can't.
They were with Jelly.
They were with Jelly.
They were really with him.
They were cheering, rooting him on.
Way more than I thought they would be.
he had some good dusty punches. His punches were decent.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. He did.
Better punches than 85% of the locker room. Right?
I think this was my favorite thing on the show, though. So I'm gonna go 4 stars for it. Ollie.
I want to say like a 4, but it's hard.
I know I'm like between 3.5 and 4, and I just went 4.
It's hard to
because-
not give it a 5 with like how the crowd reacted to it and like how entertaining it was. Like just on the pure like entertainment aspect. I mean, obviously the work in the ring is like whatever. I mean, Jelly Roll did what he could and he did great at it, I think. But I mean, yeah, dude, I'm at like a 4.5. I'll give it like a 4.5.
Okay.
Don't be a pussy, dude.
No,
Just go.
no.
Just
He
go.
get whatever he wants, man. He's gonna be
It's so close. It's so close. But I gotta go like 4.5. I can't go the full 5.
Hack. What do you give it?
Yo, dude, did Jelly, after he's throwing them punches we were just talking about, did he do the Kamala? Did I see him do the Kamala thing before?
I have
I
no
thought he
idea
did
what
the
you're
punch
talking
which
about.
went like that, and then what's his name clotheslined him down.
Maybe he did. I don't remember that
I think
spot.
he might have been like firing up
Yeah,
like
that
that. I don't know if he was
I thought he
doing
was
the
doing
Kamala.
You might have been watching that shitty TV at the bar or that, Hack. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, this was on the
your rewatch.
And the table was great. I'd give it a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
There you go, Jelly.
I was entertained totally.
That's like some of the greatest praise from Hack is when
It
he
is.
says,
So
"I was entertained totally." That's
Oh.
like in Hack language. That's like that's better than a Meltzer 5 right there. I was entertained totally.
Yeah, it was easily the most entertaining and best thing on the entire show. I think so, and I got to give Jelly props. I give it a 5.
Tons of props.
I
There you
give it a
go.
5 just on the straight work that he was able to put in.
All right.
Absolutely.
Up next on the show, man, we had the World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and CM Punk. And man, oh man, these guys went long. How long did this one go, Ollie?
This was 30 minutes.
Like, dude.
Well, 27,
And it was a
27 of it was doing
And I'll-
nothing.
It was
And I'll
a
tell-
shit ton of nothing that they
It
did.
was a shit ton of nothing.
You see how we both say we didn't even watch it at the same time, but both of us said exactly
it was
the same
a lot
thing at the
of
same
nothing.
time.
Punk had no gas tank.
Nope.
He was absolutely. I think he had worse cardio than Jelly Roll.
He might, yeah.
I think he was more gassed than Jelly Roll was because Punk in the last 20 minutes of this match, he hit
In
a
the
wall.
last 20 minutes.
Dude, seriously.
Just saying the last 20 minutes is ridiculous.
Yeah, probably the last 28 minutes of this match.
Think about there was a point in this match where you were just like, "What is going on with?" And I know we've said this a couple times with Punk's performances. You know, he's super over, so I get why they push him. But he's not the Punk that he was, and it's unfair to expect that of a guy where, you know, he's 46, 47, he's
Storage is
older.
full.
He's older, and so it's like, okay, you know, I don't expect the same things that I did from a CM Punk in 2008, But at the same time, if you're in the top card, it's like we said with Jade, like you got to be able to deliver. And I don't know, man. I didn't think he brought it in this match. There were some weird hitches in this match. The power bombs looked very
horrible on his head. The first one.
Okay, and then he made up for it by going super soft on the next two.
Yeah.
They were like gentle.
I
And
know.
it's like, I think it's because he dropped him on the first one.
Dude, Gunther looked flabby to me.
Well, Gunther.
Dude, his selling is fucking awful.
Gunther?
And his bumping.
Honestly, I think since he's been a champion, I think he's getting worse.
Well, I think his selling. I didn't care for this match.
Dude, I've seen both of these guys have way better matches.
Right.
Like, way better matches.
And I didn't care for this match at all until the table spot when Gunther came up with blood.
Which is horrible.
I love the finish.
Dude,
I
he didn't even hit his head on the table.
He came up with blood. I was like, well,
Dude,
did he get that from? Did I
he's
miss something?
bad at bumping. Like, bad.
Yeah,
Gunther's bad.
He pulled his foot out from underneath him and he hit the table and he goes down. He's coming out gushing. Like, I
know what you're saying.
If you're gonna gig him, like,
it doesn't do something else to gig off with than
like,
that.
Like,
but the sell of the blood as he's selling the fact that he's bleeding and he's showing vulnerability. At that moment, then the crowd realizes Punk's got a chance.
I like that. That was
and
good.
the cell, the two cells,
psychology's good.
the two cells of the GTSs. When he hits the one and he doesn't go down, and he's the blood spitting up, and he's selling it. It was amazing. I love that. And the second one puts him out. And when Punk hit the second one, I kept thinking, I was like, man, is he going to kick out of this? Because he has his arms spread out all the way, and I'm like, oh, he's going to kick out, and he doesn't. And the crowd goes nuts for the finish. And as a match, I'm like, I didn't like that, but I love the finish. So I
love the finish?
Love the finish.
What, you guys love the finish?
I like the psychology behind it and because I don't know, has anybody ever even made Gunther bleed? Like, has he bled yet?
No, that's what I mean. It's
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just didn't like the bump to get there to like make him get, because it just didn't look believable.
It sells better because to me I thought he was more selling all the blood was coming from his nose.
He was.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's more believable, him hitting his face and blood and the blood coming from his nose.
He was.
So I don't have a problem with that. When he came up, I was like, seriously? But once he sold it like wow, but all that blood on your head coming, I don't know. That was ridiculous.
yeah,
too.
he just came out like bloody as hell, and I was like, wait, what? Like, how did he juice? Yeah, I was like, wait, did I? Yeah.
I understand what you guys are saying about the physics of him actually bleeding off of that.
Yeah,
But-
it was just weird. But I thought once he did it and he was like wiping his eyes and like that, I thought that was good.
Because
it was just so weird. I was like, wait, how did he gig off that?
He just showed this weakness that for the previous 27 minutes or 28 minutes of the match, he expressed no weakness, right? And then he just finally turns that on. I thought it was a great finish, but I didn't like the match.
And I don't know if you noticed, they got lost 2 minutes into the match.
Totally.
They got literally lost. That corner spot where he blocks the chop, and then they were like looking at each other. They got immediately lost, and if you notice, they went back to that spot a couple minutes later, which
where Gunther was standing there staring at him.
And they're
but
like-
I thought that was part of their opening.
No,
they got straight
Because I
lost.
forgot. I might have been looking at my phone or something. When I look back up, they're doing that stare, and I'm like, all right, that's part of what they're
No,
doing.
but I thought like maybe like okay, they just like weren't feeling it or whatever. But then the fact that they went back to that spot later told me that I was like, okay, they got fucking lost. There was a couple different I don't know if these guys didn't fucking talk at all. Like, they were clearly calling fucking spots, and if Wade tried to cover for him the one time, was like, oh, they're talking shit to each other, like talking about like,
Dude, it's
the horrible.
it's the camera cuts. It's gotta be. How many that they do?
I think it's
You
that.
should not see people calling fucking spots ever.
It's getting
Right.
worse and worse and worse. Cause dude, those dudes are professionals. They know how to fucking talk without like.
Yeah, and
But
it's like, dude, you should never
But
see
it was like
people
super
calling
blatant
spots.
because they had
Oh, me, I never did.
How about Gunther
Fuck.
missing a stomp?
But I
He
was
went for
Yeah,
a kick
yeah.
and was probably 3 or 4 feet away.
I have that right here. Yeah.
I was like, wait, how did you miss a stomp?
I said he missed him by a foot. I said he missed him by a foot on the big boot. Fucking horrible. Then they had the horrible reverse shoot leapfrog with Gunther doing the leapfrog. He called the spot and he reversed so late. He was like 4 feet.
Oh, he almost fell on his face.
Yeah, and it was so late
on the pull.
Like, oh, and Gunther's got him in the sharpshooter, and then Punk just like lays him down and then grabs his legs and puts him into the figure four. Like Gunther's letting him do that.
There was no urgency. Like Brett used to like wrench the guy's legs, step over, lean in, like
like Gunther did the sharpshooter,
right?
And then Punk out fucking on their feet,
right?
And Punk reversed it into a figure four, but he literally just like laid Gunther down, and Gunther's legs were sitting there like this, and he's just slightly placed it, like no fight from Gunther whatsoever. Like I don't know, these dudes. It was just, man. And speaking of which, does Gunther have the weirdest frog splash like ever? He looks like he's like taking a shit midair.
It's as weird as what's his name's elbow.
Punk?
It's
like your leg drop. That's why I said top rope.
Exactly.
When that happened live, I said Punk's elbow was Hack's leg drop off the top rope.
That's so true.
Same thing.
Yeah,
the weirdest
frog splash. I mean,
like he was like jumping, shitting at the
they
same
both
time.
might have
Like,
been hurt or something.
Yeah,
because the match wasn't good.
No, I know, and so I'm going to give my star rating for it.
Well, it doesn't help him having a half hour to work with too.
No,
That's because guys like me were going home early.
they should have went home early.
No, because I can't imagine them booking that match for 30 minutes.
Well, the fact that Tiff and Jade were 7.
Well, you had to give these guys long for the story you were telling, because the story you're telling is Punk's
You don't need a half hour to tell a story.
but you need at least 20 for that story.
Okay.
So maybe take 10 off, but you got to go 20, 25, 30 for the story they were telling, which is Punk is trying to overcome the odds, and he finally beats him because Gunther, he was lucky enough he bled. So
and it was the first time in 13 years he's the champ.
right.
Like,
so it was a great moment and everything, and I love the finish. I didn't like this match.
Yeah, there's another thing. Like back older school, like guys in the ring. If I'm going to lose my title to you, I'm going to take most of the match. That's kind of how it used to be back in the day. I'm just saying.
Well,
you mean like be over for most of the match, and then well, it kind of was that way.
It totally
Punk
was.
Gunther took 95% of this match.
Exactly.
He ate Punk up in this match. Like Punk was selling the entirety of this match pretty much. Besides,
And then that makes everybody like, oh my God, they won!
right, he made a couple comebacks and they didn't go anywhere, and then there was the finish. So for this match, I'm going 2 stars for it. I love the finish, so I that's the reason it gets 2.
You love the spots of the finish, or just the conclusion of Punk winning?
Not even conclusion of Punk winning. It's not like I'm a CM Punk guy and I was happy to see him win it. It was. I thought it was so Gunther selling the vulnerability of that blood and the way that he sold the 2 GTSs was fucking awesome. So I love that portion of the match, but the rest of it I didn't.
Nah, the one cell where he's like leaning back, looking straight up at the ceiling.
It's great.
Somebody else did it too or maybe it was the next night that somebody's doing that too. But
yeah, 2 for me. Ollie, what do you give it?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm at about a 2. Definitely could have been better. These guys have definitely had better matches. Gunther's horrible bumping. Needs to get better. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got on it.
yeah, but think about what he's saying. He's saying Gunther has got to get better at bumping. Gunther has had the belt for the past 3 years, except for when Jay had it for a little bit, right? He gave it to Jay, then got it back. So we're talking about a guy that's had this belt, like whatever belt it is or whatever. It's like one of the heavyweight titles, right?
Yeah.
Like the biggest ones.
Yeah.
And we're saying that the guy's got to learn something.
Well, in Ollie's opinion, I think Gunther as a character, bumping's not something Gunther's going to be doing.
I was just gonna say he's never had to. He's built up as this big
Ring
fucking like dude who's just gonna beat everybody up and
Like he
do
takes,
whatever. Like
I know we said he took 95% of this match, but he takes a lot in most matches.
Well, go back and look
well,
at his bump.
and that's probably why because he's
I
not
know,
a good
but it's
bumper.
just I know, but it's just like, dude, you gotta learn. You gotta make people look good.
No, honestly, Oliver, I thought I think he's gotten worse. since like
Yes,
he's
you
had
go
the
back
title.
and look at him when he was in NXT or whatever like that. Freaking, I guarantee his bumping was 10 times better.
I think he's gotten more.
10
Not
times
just
better.
bumping, just like in general. Like
Man, I might have a bad back.
I don't know. He
Yeah,
doesn't
I
touch Punk. Like he missed it. I don't know. And the elbows were like horrible and so nobody touches anybody this whole entire
Chops
pay per view.
Chops were
The chops were great. Yeah.
He uses his whole lower arm.
Yeah, from
like
elbow to
that.
fingertip.
I
It's
know. It's like,
Well, and I like with the chops too. It's very Japanese style, where he doesn't just chop the chest. He'll chop you in the neck. He'll chop you in the back. He'll chop you.
Fucking didn't he chop him in the hamstring or
Yeah,
something?
he chopped him in the hammy.
Like,
Like I like that's very
oh, if you chop a guy on the back, it wakes him up because none of them expected ever.
It's cool.
Yeah, a couple times I've done it to screw.
What do you give the match, Hack?
How much we talking about? No, dude, it was. I expected way more.
So
I give it a 0.
a 0. Oh Jesus Christ! Ty's rubbing off on you.
I know. I was expecting so much more out of these two guys.
Yeah.
So was it? Yeah. So was I.
What do you give it?
I give it a 1.
Wow.
And honestly, I think this might be the worst pay per view I've ever seen.
Oh, I've seen worse.
Definitely, I'd rather watch the 3PW show again.
We've reviewed some WCW 99 shows. We've seen worse.
And I was bored out of my fucking mind live, and I rewatched it again today to just see if I was like.
I was wondering why you were watching it again.
To just see if it was as bad as I thought it was, and it was awful.
Wait,
All right, guys, so
Wait,
there's-
we got to talk Seth too.
How much was that? How many points? Would you give the last match?
A 1.
All right, so what's your total for the 6 matches?
So I had a 1, a 0,
Two
a 0,
zeros.
then a 1, 5 for Jelly Roll.
Oh, he
So-
saved it then.
Yeah, so but,
You got like
so,
an
but it was
11 total.
8 total.
Yeah,
8 total in 6 matches, 7
Yeah.
matches.
8 total stars. For,
Wow.
dude,
Jeez.
I was bored out of my mind watching this.
Yeah.
The whole
It
first
wasn't good.
night.
It wasn't good.
The second night was at least a little bit better, but not much.
So Punk's celebrating in the ring, and
This was cool.
He's having the big moment, and Seth comes out on crutches with Paul.
Dude, when he came out, even I felt it a little bit.
You did.
Yeah.
Well, I said to my buddy,
Like when the
Freeze,
music hit, you're
Well,
like,
well
oh.
yeah, because and I know what's happening. You know what I mean? But still, they waited so long. You know what I mean? They just let it absorb and let it absorb and let it absorb
why
to
I-
where I guarantee you there was people that were out in the hallway or in the ramps or whatever, leaving that were running back in the
That's why I told you when you rewatch it, I'm like, watch to the
because I
end.
never would have seen it.
I said to my buddy Freeze, I said, I think Rollins is either coming out right now or at the end of night 2. When Punk's in the ring celebrating, and it was going on a little bit long. And I was like, boom, there's Rollins. He's on the crutches with Paul. And I love the fact that Michael Cole in commentary was like, oh, he's just letting him know, I'll have you someday.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
so
he has up until June to cash
Right.
it in. Like,
so
yeah.
Cole even sold it well, which is the
Yeah.
only thing Cole did on either 2 nights that I liked, I think. Because Cole was the shits on these
And
shows,
it's
too.
great because I was watching some reaction videos, like streamer reaction videos and fan reaction videos to the Seth thing, and they're like, oh, he's just warning them. He's just warning them. So, like, they got. Like,
Yeah.
people got with that.
And then, boom, he drops the crutches.
People got. How did you not know it was a total work from the second I'm watching it?
We all knew. Well, there's people who did, like, there was the reports that it came out a couple weeks ago that it was a work. And once those reports were out, I was like, oh, it's a work. It's just a matter of
Well,
when.
and apparently, I guess.
I thought that they were playing it as a straight shoot freaking a week after. At least a week after, I thought they were still playing it as a straight shoot.
They were, but the sheets, there was Brandon Thurston and Meltzer, they got somebody keyed them off to that it was a work. That even though they
okay.
were playing it off backstage.
What, somebody had a reporter freaking at their house watching him walk out of his car and
No, but somebody
Maybe
who
see
was,
him leave the arena
one
or
of the
walk around the
writers,
arena.
somebody who was high up must have been cued off that, hey, we're going to do a Rollins work knee injury story that's going to play out. And so they knew a couple weeks ago, and this was talked about.
And I guess Becky put out some stuff about
But
him
it's-
actually being injured on social media or
Right.
something.
I still don't understand why they had to do it.
Which I didn't
just
see.
because you
don't
work
get
the
it.
boys, then you work some people. I don't know. I don't know why you have to do it either.
They
but-
tried to explain it Monday night, didn't they?
Well, the thing is that if you want to talk about like a master plan and stuff, it's like Punk didn't even have that title shot when Rollins faked the injury. Punk got the title shot a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
So was Rollins' master plan to do it to whoever was the champion?
Probably.
None of it makes any. Don't think about it for more than 1 minute because it doesn't make any damn
But when
sense.
he threw the crutches, I was like, yeah!
Yeah,
Like, it was cool.
You knew he was going to cash in. He cashes in.
Oh, once he came out,
Yeah.
I knew he was. I knew that fucking. Well, I knew what was going on anyway, but
Beats the shit out of him with the briefcase.
when he drops the freaking kid, the place goes boom.
Yeah, it did.
That place went boom.
Right.
When he dropped those freaking, I get goosebumps right
Yeah,
now.
when he dropped the crutches,
what
there
a
was like,
reaction!
Amazing
Yeah.
That
reaction.
freaking place was freaking electric.
Yeah,
and
they
he,
were.
And he did catch Punk a couple times with,
With
the
the
briefcase.
briefcase,
And then
yes.
you noticed him, like, the last one, he was like,
Good.
oh, my bad. Like,
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, harder.
Seth's the champ, and that was the end of SummerSlam Night 1. I thought the show sucked too, overall. I would give it like a 2 out of 10. I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think about the? And I mean, maybe this like goes for everybody here. I don't know how I feel about it, but like Jay goes over Gunther at WrestleMania, loses it basically almost immediately back to Gunther to lose to Punk to Seth cash in.
Makes no sense.
Yeah,
Unless, why not keep it? Well, I know you want to do the feel good at Mania.
You wanted to get Jay, yeah.
So then you would have to have transitioned it to another heel to do the cash in. It makes me question how much long term planning they got.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's
yeah,
none.
Right. So that's why I question how much long term planning they got.
None.
And they act like you watch
a joke.
You watch the Unreal show and they're like, yeah, well we're planning next year's Mania already. And it's like, are you?
Because the way you just did this title fucking run.
And let's get to the Cena heel turn on part 2.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't get that whole situation. It's like, yeah, okay, you're going to give Jay his moment.
Right.
Fine. But then the Gunther to Punk to Seth, yeah.
None of it makes any sense.
Yeah.
None. Ollie, what do you give it as a show rating tonight 1?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Shredding his rating.
I'm gonna give it like a 3.
Because
Okay.
there's some so
Hack,
bad. And
what do you give
I
it?
can't, a 2.5.
Okay.
I
Ty?
can't go more than
It's a
50%.
fat 0.
Yeah.
Like I said, it might have been the worst thing I've ever seen.
Catch us for part 2 coming up next.
Peace.
Ain't it foggy outside?